here in Jerusalem. Very special events here with Ken Abromowitz, and you're with the Likud group, the American...
Yes, I'm the chairman of the American Friends of Likud.
Right, and you're also with Save the West.
I also have a website to save Western civilization called SaveTheWest.com.
Okay, well, about the Likud, the Friends of America, why are you here in the Knesset today? What's been going on in the meetings you've been having here?
Yeah, well, we come to Israel twice a year, so this is our summer trip. And we spend 3 days in Israel. The third day is today, and we're meeting about 8 or so Knesset members. And we try to learn from them what the challenges are, and we give them some friendly suggestions.
And you've had several Knesset members that have been speaking to the groups that I was able to listen in on. There was Knesset member Mai Golan, and what other ones that were here?
Yes, we also saw Agriculture Minister Avi Dictor was here, and we spent some time with Ron Dermer, who's involved in strategic affairs, and the Prime Minister came by for a few minutes, and we listened to them, their challenges, and we try to give them some friendly advice. So it's like a give and take. They help us understand Israel. We try to help them understand America, and close gaps between the two countries.
Mm-hmm. And I know as far as a website for the Likud Friends of America, what would that be if people learn more about Likud Friends?
Yes,
of
American
America?
Friends of Likud. It's a public website. They're welcome to look at it and subscribe. And we have conference calls once or twice a month. They can listen in on those conference calls. We're an educational organization. It sounds like we're a political organization, but American Friends of Likud is a not-for-profit educational organization. So we educate Israelis, we educate Americans, we educate ourselves. So we're students and professors at the same time, so to speak.
Okay. Well, how's your connection to, how did it happen with your connection with Prime Minister Netanyahu, his involvement with this?
Well, we've been coming to Israel for 20 years,
okay.
And if we come twice a year, that's 40 times.
Yeah.
So we don't see the Prime Minister every time. We try to, but we don't, because he's got a few other things to do. But over time, we've seen many of these people many, many times. And so we're friends, not close friends, but in terms of political terms, they know us, we know them, and we try to help them think through some of their challenges. And because when you look at Israel and look at America, each country has different problems, but they're very similar problems. And so sometimes we make a mistake in America and we come to Israel and we see that they're making the same mistake. We say, no, don't do that again, we tried that. Or sometimes we're in Israel and we see something very good and we go to America and say, in Israel they do this, you should do that. So we try, in business it would be called sharing best practices, is the term business consultants would use. So when you visit different companies and you see good things, you try to encourage other companies to do good things, and when you see companies or countries making mistakes, you try to encourage them to make fewer mistakes.
Okay, and about Save the West, the website is SaveTheWest.com, right. And what is Save the West about?
See, I've identified that Western civilization, which is just a fancy term for democracy, is fighting about 100 different challenges. So I monitor all of the 100 different challenges, and I monitor all of the enemies. I monitor all of the friends, and I try to get the democracies to be bolder in confronting their enemies. Basically, the enemies of the West, enemies of democracy, in other words, dictatorships, play offense 100% of the time, and democracies normally play defense 100% of the time. So my big message is, when you think of that we're playing a football game, roughly 50% offense, 50% defense. So I try to encourage democracies to be much more bold in confronting dictatorships, instead of letting dictatorships basically run all over democracies.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot of challenges, and thank you for joining me. It was very much a surprise here to be here for this event. And it was a very special experience, so thank you.
Yeah, well, it's great to be here and great to meet you, and we're very happy to hear about your exciting endeavors too.
Well, thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.